Hi, I'm Jenna, and this is episode 56. So, I want to start off by first off saying, just to get that out there, that next week's episode will probably be, well, there's no probably about it. Next week's episode will be a day late, so it'll be coming out Thursday instead of Wednesday. So, just had to put that out there. Big thank you to returning viewers, and a big welcome to all new viewers and group members as well. Gosh, it's March already. I swear this year has been going so fast. So, real quick, this is the last month that I am the featured designer for the Dramatic Knits Race to the Finish knit along. So, go over there and you can win. Steve usually always has wonderful yarny prizes as well as a pattern prize, and so it's my last month for me. Let's see, what else? I'm kind of flying by the seat of my pants with no notes as I'm running late again. This week has been crazy hectic, and I will talk more about that later. First off, knit-alongs. Knit-alongs, the first knit-along is just for March. So, March is for Maggie. So, this is my newest pattern, Maggie, the Mama Owl, because the little owl puffs go just so perfect with her. So, there's already a couple entries, which I'm super excited about, because I love seeing everybody's owls. So, yay, and see, this Maggie even goes really well for St. Patrick's Day. So, let's see. Owls knit between March 1st and March 31st. I think the 31st is like a Monday or Tuesday or something. I think it's earlier in the week. Anyways, all the details are in the group under the Maggie thread. There is a photo thread and a chatter thread. You can post your picture in both, because in the chatter thread we can, chat about it, because we can't comment in the picture only thread, because that's for prizes. So, also if you have any questions, hit any bumps in the road, either I or the group members are really amazing about trying to answer questions you may have, but I think this is a pretty straightforward pattern. And someone asked me about feet. Why my owls don't have feet, and it's because I don't like feet on my owls. I don't know what it is about it, I don't like feet. So, being the designer, I don't have to add feet. That's the fun thing. So, no feet on my owls. The next, well, it's not really a knit-along for March and April. It's a crochet-along. So it's still a KAL, but with a C. So that is any crochet project. You must finish it either in March or April, but it can be started before then, because I know people have sweaters and blankets and any excuse to get it done. I just want people to go and, if it's a skill you've already done, if it's a technique you've done in the past, and you might be a little rusty, and it's nice to drag it back out and kind of refresh yourself with it. And then so many people are so excited about the knit-along because they've kind of wanted to learn how to crochet, and they've kind of been putting off. So there is a photo-only thread and a chatter thread for that, and the chatter thread's been great. And, if you find any online place that gives great crochet tutorials, or, Craftsy has a crochet class, go ahead and share that with the others, because you can never have too many places to learn from. So, I have a prize to give away for the crochet knit-along, and I want to... It's a crochet-along. My apologies, I guess I have a knit brain. So this was a gift that had come from a viewer. I hadn't forgot about it, but I wanted to wait until our crochet technique to give it away as a prize. So it is plus size crochet, fashion, I was like combining patterns and fashion. Fashion that fit and flattered. So it's not really just sweaters. Let's see here. There are some cute cardigans. And let's see if I can find the sizes. So this goes from 1X to 4X. There's a coat. Let's see if I can. I don't want to show any of the pattern. This is a shawl collar mohair coat. Now I wouldn't use mohair because mohair makes me itch like crazy. but it's a cute chunky coat. And it looks like most of these are in sizes from 1X to 4X. So what I'm going to have you do, is I will look on Ravelry. I believe this is on here. I think this is cute. This is alpaca applique cardigan with little applique things up around the top of the shoulders and such. Because I know the sizes won't fit everybody. So if you're interested, and if it's something that you would make patterns from, that's kind of cute. The lace pullover. I like lace though. I'm a sucker for lace. So I will post a link to this book on Ravelry if it's in the library. I believe it is. And you can go and just, you know, say which one you would like to make. Like I said, these sizes seem to go from 1X to 4X. So it is kind of limited in sizes, in case if you're smaller. But I wanted to send this out now in case if somebody actually wanted to try to get a sweater in during the knit along, because I think crocheting goes so much faster than knitting. That's just my opinion. The only downside to crocheting as to knitting is crocheting the stitches are bulkier, so you go through more yarn faster. So anyways, Plus Size Crochet, it is by Margaret Hubert. It retails for $19.95, and it is put out by Creative Publishing International. So, like I said, I will open a prize start for that, and if you're interested, just post your favorite pattern or one you would like to make, and I will pull a winner next week and get that sent out so you can crochet a pattern of it. Well, from it. So, let's see, what else? Trying to think. I think that's it. Moving on, I have a finished object. I'm like, finally! I feel like it's been forever. And I forgot one of my whips. So hold on. I'm going to grab that because I can see it. It's right there. So I'm going to grab that and I'll be right back. Okay, that way I can show you all my whips that I've worked on this week. Goodness gracious knows, I have more works in progress than is probably good for someone. So, okay, my only FO this week, I have another adipose. So I wore my adipose shirt because I thought I made an adipose. So this is my second one. I don't know, his face isn't as cute as the other one. If I shift him. Okay, honestly, I don't really like this pattern. Being a toy designer, this is not how I would have designed this. I'm not going to go and design one by any means. I have no desire. But I don't really enjoy this pattern. But it's already written. It does come out cute. It does look like a little adipose. I just would have went about this very differently. So it's a little labor of love for all the labor I've put into losing the weight to earn to knit a second one. So if you haven't seen the previous episodes, my goal is for every 10 pounds I lose, I'm going to knit an adipose. So this is number 2. And it goes and sits in the other room on my desk right now with number 1. Works in progress. Okay, I have a few. So, I had a lot of appointments this last week. Luckily, I didn't really have to wait real long at most of them. And, because I had an eye appointment, and I had a dentist appointment, and then we get to do it all again next week. Yay. Anyways, so while I was in the waiting rooms, I worked on my Doctor Who sock. It is Knit Picks Felici in the Time Traveler colorway for the stripes here. Now, the Doctor Who scarf this stripe colors are based on, has green in it. It's like green, purple, gray, taupe, brown, red. Anyway, so the skein of Knit Picks Felici has some tan, the cream color, purple, gray, and like a reddish. I don't think it's quite red enough in my opinion, but Anyways, there was no green, so I used some Knit Pick Stroll. Excuse the yarn barf here. Stroll in the grass colorway. Because I guess Felici and Stroll are pretty much supposed to be the same yarn base, but I think Felici is much softer. So, I'm doing the cuff. I will do a heel. I'm probably just going to do an afterthought heel. And then the toe in the grass. And then the foot in the Felici. So this is only the first one. I really, like I said, I really haven't had a lot of time to knit on it. But it's more than I had last time you saw it. And it is in my Doctor Who bag. I have my little kitty snips on it. I don't have to drag around some scissors. Alright, my other work in progress is the Wren cardigan. So it is out of the Sabine by Susan Gibbs. 10 Delightful Patterns by Maggie Grace Smith from Juniper Moon Farms. So it is just a cute little cap sleeve cardigan that buttons up top. Now, it's off center. I don't like that. I'm like, it drives me a little batty. So I have done the math on the other side here. And I'm going to center it. So instead of being across sideways, it's going to go straight down the middle. Otherwise, it's a very easy pattern. I mean, it's one page. Like the other side of this, one page. Super easy. Just so far, it's just garter stitch. So I finished the yolk. Or yolk. Yeah, yolk. I always want to say yolk. Like the eggs, which is funny because I can't put the L in shawl, because that's why I say it shawl instead of shawl. But I want to put the L in yolk. So it's a yolk. Go figure. Never said I was normal. So it's top down. So go like this. And there's buttonholes on this side. Got all my little buttonholes. I'm trying to decide what kind of buttons I want. I don't know yet. But this, I'm knitting it. I don't have a ball band. This is, I have to join. I have to join a third skein because I've used two. And this is all I have left the second. Which was perfect because right when I finished the yolk, I pretty much ran out of the skein. So I'm knitting this out of Quince & Company Lark in the Wine Sap colorway. And I love knitting with this. I mean, it is a feltable wool, so, okay, it's not as soft as a superwash wool, like a Cascade 220, but it is softer than a regular Cascade 220, not the superwash, and softer than Knit Picks wool of the Andes. So it's definitely going to be, it's worsted weight, so it's going to be a bit of a heavier cardigan. I just figure it'll be nice, like, on summer evenings, like early summer evenings or late summer evenings when it's starting to turn into fall, and you just kind of need something just to take the chill off your shoulders. So I just really love this yarn so much. I will definitely be buying more from Quince & Company. So, and then my last works in progress. Because it's a crochet along and I feel like I should participate in my own crochet along, because I tried to do these techniques to not only motivate all of you, but to motivate myself. And it's been a while since I've crocheted. So I am making a chevron blanket. The pattern I'm using is out of a Crochet Today magazine, I think from 2008, maybe 2009, but I'm really thinking 2008. It's a very old issue, and it's just like a simple zigzag cardigan, Afghan. So this one I'm probably going to make well, I don't really think there's a probably about it now. I'm making it for my daughter. I would like to make one for each of my kids for by Christmas. Give them to them for Christmas. And so I'm kind of picking colors that she really likes. So she likes light colors, bright colors. And I'm trying to pick stuff that'll work together. Because let's face it, we've all seen those hideous crocheted afghans that people have made where they're just using their scraps and they don't even care if the colors even somewhat go together. You know, those blankets kind of only a mother can love type situation. So I was working on this the other night, and or last night, and I was like, what should go after this yellow? And she's like, duh, green. So I'm like, okay, green it is. So I am also trying to stash bust because some of you are going to cringe. I'm making it out of good old Red Heart Super Saver. Because before I knew what an LYS was, and before I knew about indie dyers, and before I knew about all the wonderful websites out there where you can get wool, you know, I always thought of wool as scratchy. Scratchy, something you didn't want to make a sweater out of or a blanket. And, you know, my grandma always crocheted and she made afghans for everybody and always used Red Heart. Always. So it's all I knew. I have a 110-gallon tub full, like literally like full of Red Heart. And a lot of it is like stuff people gave me, and you know, it would be on sale, and I just thought it was just great stuff. Not so much anymore. But anyways, so I just wanted to make something that would be durable for the kids, because, you know, blankets end up on the floor and they lay on them, and, you know, kids get sick and they cough and they puke on them, and let's just be honest, kids' blankets get nasty. So, I was talking on a VKN last night, and I'm like, yeah, you know, they say, and like, you know, if there's some nuclear or something or other, the only thing that will last are cockroaches. And I'm like, yeah, no, cockroaches and Red Heart. I'm convinced. It's almost indestructible. So, anyways, it's simple pattern. I'm doing 4 rows for each color, and they're just double crochets, simple chevrons. But I like chevron blankets. They're my favorite. And then I am knitting or crocheting the blanket with a Knit Picks Harmony crochet hook. Now, I bought this the end of December, and I didn't take it out of the package until I started this over the weekend. As soon as I started crocheting with it, I noticed the yarn was catching. Like when I'd go and I'd insert the hook back in, it would catch and it would catch. And it was driving me nuts. So finally I'm like, flip it over, and I'm like looking. And there was like a little chip out of the back, and the laminate was starting to just separate a little bit. I'm like, great. I'm like, I bought a wood hook because metal ones hurt my hands. After I crocheted for a little while, it hurt so bad. So I called Knit Picks, and of course, their customer service is amazing. Anyways, so I'm talking to the lady, and she's like, oh, it sounds like the laminate split. She goes, it happens from time to time. I'm so sorry. We will get one out in the mail to you right away. And then she's like, you know what? She's like, I know this works for burrs and rough spots. She's like, I don't know if it'll work for this or not, but go and try to take a little bit of clear nail polish and see if that'll help. She's like, and it'll at least get you until your replacement arrives. So I was kind of skeptical, because there's like a little, not like a chunk, but there's a little divot in it from where part of it had caught and broke off. Because I had like run my hands over it and it was smooth beforehand. So the yarn must have just caught it just right. So I had some clear top coat, because I don't think I have just clear nail polish itself. So I got some top coat. I kind of like filled in a little dip and went over it. And I think I went around the whole thing just for good measure. And sure enough, it is smooth. Now, if you were to pick at it, you'd feel it, but it no longer catches. So I'm able to crochet with this while I'm waiting for my replacement. So I am loving this crochet hook. It's definitely. I mean, they're kind of pricey if you compared to like the Susan Bates or the boy hooks that you go and buy at Joann's or a Walmart. Or Walmart doesn't have Susan Bates, but Joann's does. Anyways, so it's a little more pricey, but I love it because it has a little bit of flexibility to it. It stays nice and warm in my hand, and I don't get the pain in my wrist from using it. So, highly recommend the Harmony hook. Whew, that's it for my works in progress. I didn't touch my vitamin D. I really got to get back on that. But everyone else that was knitting along with me finished theirs, so now I'm like, whatever. Hopefully my camera is level. I keep thinking I had a heck of a time getting it level compared to the viewing space. So I apologize if it's a little cocked. Okay, I have no yarny goodness this week, but I have a magazine review. It's the new Vogue knitting. And I promise it's not as bad as the last one. I'm a sucker for it. I really just can't help it. And I really like this cover shot. I'm so into aqua right now. And I love the little butterflies, and the girl's pretty, and she doesn't look like she totally hates being on this cover, and, you know. Okay, so, my main reason for buying this, because I kind of flipped through it at the store, because I was all like, I'm not going to buy it and not flip through it anymore. Yeah, well, you know, sometimes you just don't have time. My husband was with me, and I just didn't have a lot of time to stand at the newsstand and go. But it's neat because they have news, and they have a little blurb about the Lorna's Laces Downton Abbey colorway that I cannot find the perfect pattern for, no matter how hard I try. I think I'm going to have to frog the thing I started with it yet again. But there was an article in here. I'm trying to find it. I haven't read the whole thing yet. Oh, I always love that they feature yarn shops. And there's one in here called The Knitter's Edge. And it's in Pennsylvania. And there was a nice little story about it. So if I ever make my way back that way, I totally want to stop in. And I love that they do that. I'm like, how awesome is it to give, you know, little LYSs some recognition. I do always like to read the Knit Lit section where they talk about new books that are out. And there's a new one by Arnie and Carlos. And while I don't own any of their books, I someday hope to because I find them very amusing. This is what I bought it from. The article is by Meg Swanson, and it's the evolution of invisible or tubular cast on and cast off. Because, you know, a few weeks ago when I was trying to do the one cowl with my Downton Abbey yarn, I had a heck of a time with the tubular cast on. So I really wanted to buy it for that article, because I really do like to read articles. I am not one of those people. You know, I really wanted to go digital and get digital magazines and digital books. And honestly, I'm a book girl. I like just sitting and thumbing through a magazine. And I like to hold a book in my hand. And okay, one thing I don't know. If this is a trend, I don't understand why. Because I will honestly say never about this. I would never wear these, like, knitted collars. I don't like them. I don't like the look of them. I would not be comfortable wearing one. Just me. Alright, I feel like the magazine overall was a little light on the articles compared to some issues. Maybe they're thinking people are gearing up for spring, because it is the spring-summer 2013. And maybe they're like, maybe people don't want to sit around and read. I don't know, but I feel that they've been lacking in articles the last few issues. First off, I kind of like this. It's a tank, and it looks like she's in, like, pajama bottoms. But it's a tank, and it's solid in the front and lace in the back, and then it ties to give you some shape. I like that one. My only concern is I'm like, you would have to wear a cami or something in it, or your bra's going to show at the back. So you could almost, I could almost swear you can see like a nude band because she's wearing a nude colored bra. And I have no doubt they go through and airbrush some of that stuff. One of the things I guess I just don't understand is like this sweater has like the sleeves, like the armpits hang down to your waist. I don't really get that trend. I've seen it a lot more lately. I don't necessarily like the color blocks either. Let's see. You know, my one beef with a lot of the sweaters in this issue, like I think this would have been a cute sweater if it would be longer. A lot of this stuff in here is really short. Now this one's cute. It has a solid front with a mesh back, and this does show her wearing a tank behind it. Okay, y'all. I was thinking I might not mention this, but I don't get this. It just looks big and frumpy, and then she's wearing pants under it, and I don't know what it's made out of. It almost looks like a cotton or something, but I just don't think it's flattering. I don't myself think this is chic in any way. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. Now this I thought was cute. I couldn't pull it off, but yet cute. But then on the other side, they lose me with the belly sweater. I'm like, no belly sweaters. Come on. This I thought was super cute. I liked it. I like the elongating lines. Not that I could wear such a thing, but if I was thin enough, I just might. Now, I wish they'd leave the fun fur alone. Once again, we have now a, like, halter top type thing with a sweater with fun fur. And I just want to be like, Vogue, it's time to leave the fun fur alone. That trend has been dead for a little while now. Let's move on. You know, maybe when fun fur was a thing I could see this, but I see fun fur and I'm like immediately turned off. I'm sorry. And then this, I think they're going for a trendy aspect, but it just looks like she put it on wrong. So, okay. It's like 3 different shots. So there's like a really big gaping armhole here. I'll show it up close here. And then a head hole. And then like a big, it's like an armhole type thing, but it goes across the body. There's like nothing, it's weird. I don't get it. So I understand we're transitioning from summer, or into spring and some summer, but I don't know. Now this I really liked, with the exception of the sleeves, which I guess can be remedied. I really like this lace pattern, but the sleeves are just open. They're long and they're only at the top, and they're completely open down here. Like I said, if the sleeves went all the way around, I think this could have been a winner. I won't even go there on this one. Oh, but I can't help myself. Okay, this, I love the color. I'm not crazy about baubles. I don't really like them. They're not something I would knit. But if you look, there's like these like rows of baubles like on the hips, and they make her hips look really wide. And I'm like, that's a shame because that was such pretty yarn. Like, I think there was such potential there until you went and put all those baubles on your hips, because then it just makes you look like you got huge hips. I really did like this. Not so much the color, but I get the color scheme. They were going for a vintagey look, but I really liked that. So, yeah, there's some stuff that's just okay. It doesn't really strike me either way. Alright, and then one last thing is there's this sweater and it's drop stitches, and I just don't like drop stitches. I think drop stitches look sloppy normally, and I just don't like it. So there was some, like I said, there was some stuff that the stuff that I liked, I really liked, but the other stuff, I really wanted to like the yellow sweater because I love that shade of yellow, but the bobbles on the hips, I'm sorry. I think when you make a garment and you put that much time in it, you should really want it to flatter you. Okay, so I have no spinning because I just don't. There just hasn't been time. And I hate using that as an excuse, but that's what it is. Lack of time. But I got Fiverr. So, Fiverr goodness. Okay, this first one, I have got to thank Polly on Ravelry. He's Polly81, and on Plurk he's Polly Knits of the Polly Knits podcast, because he went to Stitches West. Lucky him. And excuse me. I saw him post this on Plurk, a picture of him holding it, and I was like, oh my god, where did you get that? Because I have to have one. It's 3 feet of sheep. It's so long. I don't even know how I'm getting it all in the shot, but it goes from like this deep red to like this reddish pink into oranges into yellows and the beautiful shades of green, blues, and purples. I wish there was a little more yellow, but you know, otherwise it's awesome. It's a rainbow, and I love rainbows. Love rainbows so much. And so he directed me to the website of the shop, Pearlescence, which is in California, and you cannot buy anything from their website. They're not a e-commerce website. So I was like, oh, well, can you pick one up for me? I have PayPal ready. Like, I will PayPal you right now. And he's like, well, no, I don't really have the funds for that. And that's fine. I was like, no pressure. Really. So he went back, and I guess he had talked to the girls or something, but he gave me the number and said they'd be more than happy to send it to me. So I called and I talked to a lady named Kay at Pearlescence, who was super sweet. So nice. And so it is Fabulous Fibers, 3 feet of sheep. It is 8 ounces of hand-dyed merino top in the Spectrum collection. And it says, lengths of 11 colors of wool have been hand-dyed lovingly, tone-on-tone shades, using them for spinning, striping yarns, making mini skeins in many colors, blending, carding, needle felting, and welt felting projects. Hand-dyed in Vermont. So, I was expecting, honestly, this to cost a lot more than it did. Because I'm thinking 8 ounces, hand-dyed, 11 colors. It was only $33, plus, like, $5 or $6 shipping. I think it was like 5 something. I think it was just under $6. So, super huge thank you to Pearlescence for being super awesome and being willing to ship to me. Because I had to have one of these. And you cannot buy from Fabulous Fibers website either. You have to have a wholesale account with them. And there's like, you have to buy like hundreds of dollars. You know, and I was not. I wanted one thing. This is what I wanted, and it comes in 4 different colorways, but I wanted the rainbow. Okay, the other fiber that I got on D-Stash on Ravelry, and I have been wanting this so bad. I have only seen these once on the Into the World website, and I was not fast enough. They were gone lickety-freaking split. So when I saw this on D-Stash, I was like so worried I wasn't going to be fast enough. And it is an Into the World, it's Falkland Wool Carded Bat. It's so pretty. And it is in the Vegetable Medley colorway, which is probably one of my all-time favorite colorways from Into the World. So I didn't just want like any bat from Into the World. I wanted this one. I wanted Vegetable Medley. So it was so meant to be. So I contacted the girl. She was super nice. I was like, oh, I've always tried to catch one of those and blah, blah, blah. And she's like, oh, I got it at Maryland Sheep and Wool. So I know where it came from. So it goes from this beautiful eggplant color, moves into this kind of reddish purple, into the carroty orange, kind of a celery green, and into this nice like zucchini green. It does look like Vegetable Medley, for sure. And it is super, super soft. I'm like, oh, I love you so. So I have yet to spin a bat. I'm quite excited. I have a little bat that I bought at a fiber thing last fall. And I think I'm going to practice on that before I go to this, because I really do want to spin it as a gradient. So I want it to go from the purple to the green and be lovely, and I love it, and I'm so excited. I do. I was all like, I'm not going to buy any more fiber. I'm not going to buy any more fiber. And then I happened to like, oh, look, there's a new post in the NCECA / for sale thread and Into the World. Go figure. I'm weak. But really, I think I'm going to just stick to my Into the World club. I need to catch up. I need to catch up so bad, and I really want to because I love spinning, and there's just so much. And not enough time. So, let's see. That is it for the, oh shoot. I was gifted some wonderful patterns this past week, and I will get them printed out, and I will thank those people who gifted me patterns next week. Please don't think that I'm ungrateful, because I am, and it means so much when people think of me and gifted me patterns. Okay. So that's it for the knitting. So if you're leaving me now and you don't want to hear the new segment, I figured, I'm like, I think it'd be cute. It'd be like, it's called A Slice of Life. Ha! Because it's not knitting related at all. It's just things going on in life and stuff that people have come to enjoy. So if you're leaving me, I will miss you, but I will see you next week a day late. At least a day late if you catch this the day it normally comes out. And moving on, so I'm doing the fitness poster thing with Sock Bunny and Sock Bunny Knit and Fit group. And last month, so okay, what it was is you're supposed to come up with a poster for the month of February, and you could have different goals. You didn't have to have the same goals as other people. So my goal was to try to lose 5 pounds by the end of the month. And I figured, okay, if I did 1.25 pounds a week, that would get me to where I would need to be. Now, okay, I had a scale. Alright, there's still argument over what happened to the scale. My scale does no longer work right. Does not, and that might not have been proper English. My apologies. My mouth gets going faster than my brain. Anyways, my scale isn't working right anymore. And my husband had accidentally kicked it because he didn't see it because I had it out. And it wasn't working right after that. Now he says, oh, it probably just needs a new battery. So I've been using the Wii Fit thing because it seems to be pretty accurate. So anyways, the Wii Fit does not do like 0.25 of a pound. It just will do like 0.2 or 0.3. I think it might round up or something like that. So I need to adjust this. So the first week I had a slight gain, which it kind of worried me because it kind of set me back. So I didn't hit any of my goals until the last one. I finally was able to catch up. So my goal for February was 5 pounds, and for every pound I lost, I would earn $10 for shopping for new clothes for my trip in June. So I decided to keep that going. I think for February, March, April, May, I'm just going to do 5 pounds a month. So hopefully by the end of it I will have 20 pounds to go shopping for clothes because nothing will fit. So I thought, oh, I'll put a new picture up for March. Give me something new to look at. So I was so close this week. This week I lost only 0.4 of a pound, but by the end of February I was a little ahead of the game. So no sticker this week, but I find this motivating. I'm a visual person, and I have a magnetic board over here, and I just have it up there, and I can see it, and I can be reminded of it. So I figured since I showed this to you when I first started it, I'd let you know how it ended. For exercise, I thought for March I wanted to try something new. Not new, because I've tried it before and I failed. So, I'm sorry, I'm yawning. So I've tried this before and I never got past day 2. And I've had it since it came out, and it came out in like 2009, I believe. Yeah, 2009. And it is the Wii Active for the Nintendo Wii system. So you get this little leg thing, and it holds the nunchuck for certain activities. And then on the back here, you also get this resistance band. And it's like a personal trainer when you do the 30-day challenge, which is what I'm doing. And I've never got past day 2. Because you're supposed to exercise for 2 days, take a rest day. 2 more days, take a rest day. Yeah, that doesn't work for me, because when I get a rest day, I don't pick it back up. So, the exercises run between 22 and 27 minutes. You need a Wii controller, a Wii nunchuck, and if you have the balance board from the Wii Fit, that's optional. You can use it with this, but it's not necessary. So today is what, the 5th? Yes. Today is the 5th, so today is day 5. I did 3 days in a row. I took a rest day. Now, I didn't rest. I just rested from this, and I did some sweating to the oldies. And then did this again today. And I hate to say it, I'm not totally enjoying it. Like, it's not as much fun as my sweating to the oldies. And it's a slower pace, but the workouts are definitely, I mean, I'm sweating by the end of it. They're definitely more intense. But I'm just, like, everything's very slow. Like, you stretch and you hold it and you're like, okay, let's be done because I want to do it again so I can get it over with. And so, I don't know. I'm going to do it for this week, and if I don't have a decent week weight loss-wise, I am so sorry. I was up too late last night. And if I don't get a good weight loss week this week, then I think I'm going to try something else for another week and see if I have better results. Because like I said, I still break a sweat, but I'm not totally loving it. I mean, it's nice because I don't have to think about, you know, it's different every day. You never get the same exact thing twice. But some of the stuff I really don't like doing. And maybe that's just me being stubborn, because I'm like, no, I'm only going to do it if I like it. That's part of my problem. So I'm trying. Like I said, if I have a good weight loss week this week, well, next week, because my weigh-in days are Tuesday, then I'll continue with it. But if I'm normally used to doing a minimum of 30 minutes, between 30 to 45 or 60 minutes, and only doing 22 to 27, I just don't feel I'm getting a good enough workout. But we'll see. I don't know. But that's pretty much it this week. That's what I've been doing. I started it Friday. So, I'm so sorry. I need to get a good night's sleep somehow. I know that's definitely not helping me. But up until, let's see, I recorded Wednesday, so I think I did some sweating to the oldies Thursday. Started that Friday. I did it through the weekend. And I don't know, I want to like it. I really do. So, we'll see. Like I said, other than that, just eye doctor's appointments because I needed new contacts and I got new glasses. I'm so excited. I don't wear glasses on the podcast, but I wear glasses a lot around the house and when I VCAN because it's late and by then my eyes are dry from wearing contacts. So it's always fun to get new glasses. It's been, I don't know, 4 years because my prescription really hasn't changed. And then wonderful trips to the dentist because I had some bad work done by a dentist who just, I don't know. I had heard decent things about him. People liked him and all. And I went and the work just wasn't very good. So now I get to do it all over again with a new dentist. Yay. So, which is kind of stressful because who likes going to the dentist? I mean, I know there's some people out there who maybe don't mind it, but I don't know anyone who likes it. So I will have another crazy week next week, and hopefully next week is the end of the craziness, and I can get back to normal. So that's it for me, I think. That's it. Yay! So, until next week, I am Jenna, RetroLemon on Ravelry, Plurk, Twitter, and Pinterest, and Weight Watchers, if you're on there too. It's fun. I found people on Ravelry have found me on there that I know, so that's fun. And that's it. I hope you all have a good week. Until then, I'll see you, well, what do I usually say? I'll see you next week. Bye.